afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Crossroads. In the north, it is Use-M246, fun for the Red Army, the Soviet Union. And the 5th Guards Tank Corps here with Guard Motor, Shock Rifle, and Urban Defense Artillery Infantry. Versus south, it is SturmPanther, fun for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 3rd Panzer Division with Spearhead, lead troops, and Lightning War with Panzerfaust machine and infantry there. And we're off here to a 1 vs 1 as mentioned here. As always, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Press that bell button. Helps me, helps you. Also, big thanks to Farhan or Fahan. I'm not entirely sure I pronounced that one 100%, so I hope I got it correct. But anyway, thanks to you for donating and supporting the Propagandacast. And I'm going to keep doing along with all my patrons and supporters, of course. Also, I wish to thank, and you too can, or besides Farhan, of course, or Fahan, donate or pledge from Patreon. Links in the description. We got here, constant east with send notice. Oh, aggressive sandbag next decides not worth a bother, moves on. Send here, we got constant up there, ground the pointy engineers roll. So a broad approach here from Use-M246. Grenadiers MD42 towards us into here. Note the MD42 staying reasonably close to the Grenadiers and vice versa. Pioneers grabbing up the eastern side here. Constant with the sandbags there. Grenadiers moving towards us, send him forward to come up the flank, can quickly react to wherever they have. Though, of course, they still want some line of fires, or line of sight, so they can set up a line of fire properly. More Grenadiers on the way there for SturmPanther, more conscripts there for Use-M246. Frontal advancing there. Most of the guns clenched tightly in their hands, going straight for the fuel pond there. MD42 should be able to flank them and deal with them, though, of course, Grenadiers should, by extension, move up here to cover the flank of the MD42 versus more infantry they could have robbed. There go conflict caught linked on sandbags. Again, aggressive sandbagging is very good with the surge past the Wehrmacht, since again the Wehrmacht has no easy way of attacking into duck in positions, and so you can just rush in and dig in sandbag. You can actually usually frustrate your opponent quite a bit. There's the Soviets. Western point is caught again, sandbags very consistent there from Use. Again, usually one of the signs you're dealing with a very good Soviet player. They lay down a lot of sandbags because they're fast and they're, you know, free to throw down, and they're pretty solid. More conflict for Use-M246 and forward counter up here. Again, he's having to deal with like either this or having to worry about the conflict flank it behind. So right here we can already see SturmPanther a bit of tight positioning, moving a Grenadier squad over to the west side. Might actually be more vulnerable, since again these conscripts need to just threaten things up. He's managed to successfully push this back. Now needs to quickly deal with the conscripts down there again. Grenadiers conscripts here. More Grenadiers there for SturmPanther. Trying to catch up, a bit of trouble there. I believe he's probably using attack move here, since the way the machine's set up is just very much at the edge as soon as it sees it. But then again, he's just using the conscript as bait, as a real annoying threat that his opponent can't just easily ignore, which of course is how you want to do it. So thumbs up there to Use, highlighting just how absolutely a pain in the arse conscripts can be due to the high mobility. Going to moving up to support the other squad here. Going to surround the conscripts here. He's still just trying to catch the bloody conscripts. At this point, he might actually want to make sure just the machine is pointing in other directions. He doesn't get flanked then. Force the machine to retreat, but either way, got that fight in again. This conscript just keep moving about here. Use is just being an absolute bastard, which is, you know, what he's supposed to do and be, you know, tactical bastardism. So thumbs up there to Use. I mean, obviously, if I was SturmPanther's position, I'd probably have a different set of words to describe Use-M246, but you know, from a more neutral perspective, good work. Grab the center point here again, sandbags up there again, just very consistent sandbagging there from Use. Finally pushed the counter, but again, he was just able to hold so many troops down there away from the front and preventing from pushing further ahead there, and just buy so much time with them. That was again really good use of the counter, then just again highlights how dangerous, you know, an aggressive opponent can be and just a cheeky opponent can be, and also just why Use is a good player. And we're going to see, and again, note SturmPanther, of course, is very wisely keeping his machine close to his infantry. Very good there. Also good player there. So, thumbs up to SturmPanther on that one. Grenadiers with the conscript. Grenadiers are losing up close. Back here, tech done, but no like to make a nice company. He may go for some Panzer Grenadier first. Doctrinal choice, but also I think be a good idea soon for SturmPanther. With the Grenadiers he does have. Lightning War elite troops for the G33s could be quite handy. We got take up here in the base of Use-M246. And the 5th Guards Tank Corps. Guards was a title that was afforded to units that performed quite well. Usually sort of meant to designate they were veteran and thusly a bit more elite in a sense. There was also the shock armies, which I think was sort of only relegated to like basically just large corps formations, armies, which was sort of meant to like, you know, more sort of made to specification elite formations. I believe them. Admittedly a bit more rusty on that one. But they were, for example, large shock armies, weren't armies composed of shock troopers. They just, you know, sort of elite-ish units sort of formed up to assault positions. Gun is ready. Losing the fuel pawn there, no response. In fact, he's just going to switch up here. Good response by SturmPanther. Instead of engaging his opponent head on, he switches approach, cuts off the west instead, and goes for the resources there. So, good play there, I think, by SturmPanther. He may want to lay down some mines once he has the resources. SturmPanther going for Panzergrenadier. Very good, very good. Then he's moving up here to suppose slow down use, but he's pouring in a lot of troops. He's also mining up. Very good there. We got mines as well here from SturmPanther. The other side's mining. 2 thumbs up. Panzer squad almost done. Nothing yet out of the support weapon company. And likely here, usually just going to push for a fast T-70, which is obviously what SturmPanther's anticipating by laying down the tiller mine there. Are we moving up to secure more territory on the west? Very good. Machine gun being moved towards the centre. North coming in. They're probably going to try and frustrate and attempt to grab the fuel pawn there. Good foresight by Use. Obviously, in theory, a bit risky, but depending on how it handles, not too much. Panzer moving eastwards. No sign of doctrine yet. We got Use here with Guard Motor, opening up with T-35s, Hay Mortars, Guards Rifle, Vehicle Crew Repair Training, and the Marked Vehicle. North it goes to the conscripts. One there down to just one man. Conscripts there taking several casualties. And there you go, conscript units being routed. Lots of mines there from Use-M246. Panzer they need to get into cover, or pop a bomb grenade, I guess. There you go, get Baldeladmung. Pushing out the conscripts, bit of explosion there. Yuri drops it, and pushing up as well there. Plus the Panzer should be able to beat the conscripts quite easily. Pioneers flanking the conscripts. There we go, lots of action here. Mine goes off, and the Pioneers are wiped. That's actually a significant blow there to SturmPanther, and of course that means he needs, of course, to take up, so he has to replace the Pioneers more or less right away. So that's 200 manpower, they just can't be spending anything else. Machine gun nest rounds is up in the right place, but annoying there for SturmPanther. Panzer then just to 2 men, but they're still doing good work here. Conscript coming in here, taking advantage of the situation there. Pioneer squad almost done. Council they need to retreat. Still no son of a doctor there from SturmPanther, or they like to make a nice company. It might be his plan to rush out the support armour corps. We'll have to see on that one. Tank command up the Use-M246. No, of course he has no minesweepers, so if the T-70 goes through here, Tellermine's likely going to take it out, which of course would be pretty damn good for SturmPanther. Grab the eastern fuel point. Got a Grenadier squad to defend the west. Still no son of doctor there again. Lightning War elite troops could be good picks. I mean, theory so is Spearhead, though. I don't know about that one personally. Not a big fan of it. But there you go, like to make a nice company up. 2 to 2, 250 and a half take with good picks. So there's the T-70 Pro wants the Pack 40 because, well, if it does hit the Tellermine, boom, T-70 no more. If it doesn't hit the Tellermine, you're obviously going to need something a bit otherwise to deal with it. Since Tellermines sadly can't follow their targets. That'd be a bit too good if they could. Back here, troops reinforcing. Comes with out maneuvering here. SturmPanther's left flank. He's moving up troop to deal with that. Very good. Calf one hit still. He's getting a bit more fuel here on his opponent. Of course, his opponent's going to try and leverage that with a T-70 light tank. MD-14 with conscript there. T-70 out. Prob's going to push for the machine gun, which is isolated. And of course, he has no mines there. Keine Minen, meine Herren. There we go. No, not the Pack 40, the 222. I mean, theoretically it can also work there if he gets enough of them or sort of flanks the T-70 with some Panzerfaust support. That can work out, but there's certainly also every opportunity. It's going to be a bit harder there for him to pull up with a single one, so he may have to invest more 222s. So we'll see, that, of course, what he does, but they're going to retreat the machine gun now, and oh dear, he didn't anticipate this. Heavy cavalry absorbing some of the shots. That's good for the machine gun, but there's a good chance it gets wiped depending on how quickly Use is able to pursue with the T-70. Okay, it's not fast enough. That's great. They're up north here. Pioneers moving up, hitting the Carp one again, ground back the other one. Esart once more collapsing to the Red Army, but still, he is getting more fuel than his opponent, so not too bad. We got the 2-2 out there, the Leichte Panzer Spähwagen. Got the Carp one there again. Good harassment there by SturmPanther. Thumbs up. Engineers there. Got minesweepers up, so good play there by Use-M246. He hadn't hit a mine, but obviously good players don't wait until they hit their opponent's mines to get a minesweeper. He obviously anticipates there's a good chance the opponent's going to be laying down Tellermines because Use assumes SturmPanther is competent and obviously he's going to lay down Tellermines. So thumbs up there to Use-M246. Very good work there. Meanwhile, SturmPanther, by the way, should go for minesweepers. Obviously, he has already hit mines, so you know. He really should get some minesweepers, otherwise he's going to regret that one, I think, in the longer run. North here, Pioneers need to retreat in the face of a small infantry assault there, which they are definitely not equipped to handle. For that matter, they're not, but to handle it either, particularly not with the T-70 backing it up. Conscript up the eastern side. Troops are healing reinforcing for Use-M246 in the Red Army. Pioneers need to retreat. Rifle grenade off.
The enemy is taking our territory.
There we go. Pack 40, the Panzerabwehrkanone 40. For use, for SturmPanther, we got the grenadiers on the way. I mean, obviously, it could be for use if he misplaced the SturmPanther, so it could become used as Pack 40, but that's generally not what we should be aiming for. Troops engaging the front of it, losing the access to the western fuel point again. Well, he has gone for guard motors yet to make use of it. For example, we haven't seen any guardsmen. Certainly haven't seen a heavy mortar either, both of which I think would be good to pick see it versus SturmPanther makes his life notably more miserable. Pack 40 almost done. Ooh, hit their own. Didn't get any kills, but still took out some of the health there. Then it's catching the engineers laying down mines. Back here, troops reinforcing. Pack 40 setting out. Nothing further on the SturmPanther space. The faster thing you get out of the support core, the better here for SturmPanther. The faster the better. Back here, reinforcement healing for use. Troops opening up. He's taking a bit of nasty damage. Western point being harassed. We got the Panthers moving up. Slowly approaching Vetch 2. Very slowly, but they are getting there, I imagine. There we go. Guards rifling up there for use, ending the DP light machine gun. That's going to be giving SturmPanther's infantry a bit of a harder time. Ooh, there we go, though. Bit slightly over the 2 anti-tank grenade goes off, damaging the engine. Almost got the eastern fuel point here, though. West side, we got Pioneers moving up. Still no mines was there from SturmPanther. Using it in the T-center of the Pack 40. Need to get the troops moving. Panzers moving up, he quickly sneaking through the building. And grenadiers are being hit by several squads of infantry from Use-M246. Guards moving up as well. MG42 there slowly hosing away. Guards there being slowly bled out because of that. Grenadiers moving eastwards. More light machines there for SturmPanther. Still no sign of a doctrine. More light machine gun says we finally got all of SturmPanther's base again for the upgrade. Mine goes off somewhere. Grenadiers took some casualties there. We got the Pioneers with the mine spoopers. So finally there for SturmPanther. Better late than never. T-zone sending out here. 6 kills. Bit damage, but overall good condition. And going to try and sneak some shots through the hedges. Very good. Almost got it, but it does escape here. Close one though, close one, but not quite there for SturmPanther and the German army. Map control wise, it's roughly split 50-50, so pretty good there, pretty good. For both sides, really. Not amazing, but you know, not terrible either. Take there for SturmPanther, very good. Then go for the support core. He might be able to rush on Ostwind here, and we got Lightning Roll for SturmPanther. Tactical advanced movement can be pretty handy. Relief infantry, kinda, yeah, but could be used, I suppose, in a pinch. Tigers, you know, good, as long as it doesn't, I think, try to asteroid. I mean, it's not bad, but I feel like he gives his opponent too much time to, like, recover and, you know, turn the tables on him if he's not careful. Ollie Tech halfway done. Hughes taking up himself. That's going to make it even more dangerous because it's not going to be far off from a T-3045, and that's going to be a bit hard for SturmPanther to deal with. In particular, where to bring in a heavy mortar supported. I suppose I could choose you down the road. Lots of mines there from you, so thumbs up to that. Very consistent, thorough mining. What we like to see, unless we're the opponent, in which case we don't like to see it. Are they clearing out the mines there? Again, these mines are quickly going to pay themselves off there for SturmPanther very rapidly. So, thumbs up there. T-70 West was there. We got Betchy 2 there. Almost done for the T-70 light tank. Fun fact, by 1944-45, they were basically switching out with other tanks like the T-34-76 were being relegated to like reconnaissance tank, but they were also using the British Valentine tank. Apparently, they really loved the British Valentine tank so much the British just kept producing Valentine tanks when they were to stop them to provide the search for more Valentine tanks. Go figure. Learn that one today. Panthers and the T-70 light tank there. Panthers with the conscripts. Panzer there tearing into them. And these was the conscripts. Even more little fun side fact here about the Valentine tank in third service, but apparently they figured out they could actually use the smoke launchers to launch mortar rounds. Relatively small ones, but they could still do it, so that's also a bit of a fun fact there. We've got mines aplenty here again, quickly digging in the east. SturmPanther being night fuel. Support core needs to go. Oh, scheisse. He's going for the Tiger tank. I can understand the temptation, but it does give Use more time, I think, to hit SturmPanther with. And do naughty things. We've got a field gun away there for Use. Comes being suppressed hit with the light and heavy machine gun fire there from SturmPanther and the 3rd Panzer Division. Comes to the right here from the field point. Back here, troops reinforcing. Cis 3 divisional field gun almost done. And the T-3045 is not far off there from Use-M246 either. Lost the Grenadier squad, should probably replace that. Panzer Grenadiers would be my recommendation there, but we'll see. See some eastern field point there. T2 then the T-Sim light tank, 10 kills. Pack 40 trying to catch up. The MG42 also moving about. Note again the nice and active use of the MG42 there, but SturmPanther doesn't just pack it down in one spot and forget about it. East take on these was the engineers. And we got the T-35 on the way. Rifle grenade almost takes out the entire engineer unit. Small win there for SturmPanther, though not a big one either. Oh, 222 hit the mine, and that's the end of SturmPanther's armoured car. He's definitely starting to hurt. I mean, honestly, at this point, he could just consider using relief infantry, at least that way, you know, maybe get out some extra infantry just on the cheap without having to spend manpower. And that would sort of help push the front more against Use, but also up some points. So, I mean, that could be a consideration here for SturmPanther. He really doesn't want to spend manpower and infantry right now, but I feel like he definitely should be in for a bit more infantry. Whatever the third player with now 5 infantry squads, having only 3 infantry squads, could arguably set to be pushing it a bit much there. Particularly also on a map like Crossroads, you definitely want at least 4 infantry squads. We got another pack forward for SturmPanther, so I mean, this more or less confirms it's a Tiger stall. I mean, we kind of already knew it, but the second pack 40, you know, very much just nails it to a cross and just goes, yeah, I'm doing it. But why he nailed it to the cross, I'm not entirely sure. But that's between, you know, SturmPanther and the Tiger tank. Need to retreat the MD42 there. More mines being spotted there. Machine gun needs to get out of there. Schnell. Oh, it's going to be a close one. Whew, that was very close there for SturmPanther. Panzer deck around the eastern fuel point. Gun is being routed. Got plenty of munitions. Sadly, it really only managed to lay down 1 mine. Just that was it. No additional tiller mines or even S mines. I'm particularly feel like some S mines on the point here have been great for SturmPanther. Bit of a slight hiccup there for SturmPanther, but you know, not the end of the world. And again, once the Tiger tank hits, you get a good chance to do some damage to Use. But Use is also going to be a pretty good position, I think, at the point to resist the Tiger tank. Plus, he's probably at this point figured out his opponent with, you know, 3 doctrines that are each, you know, variations on calling a Tiger tank that, you know, SturmPanther's probably going to be calling a Tiger tank. I mean, he's not going to be pulling a Harry Houdini and go like, aha, surprise, Tiger tank. No. You know, it's pretty damn obvious he's going for a Tiger tank. So, yeah. It's a bit of a dangerous situation, of course, not a complete, you know, just he shot himself in the foot and left himself to die situation, but he definitely needs to, like, just leverage that Tiger tank as well as possible, and as aggressively as possible, while supporting it properly. I really do think you should consider relief infantry. Again, it's not an amazing ability by far, but it can still be handy. I mean, just having a few extra infantry troops just to help you grab points across the map can be really effective. Plus, it can just be used to draw fire. We got Tiger tank on the way for SturmPanther at the 90-minute mark. Should add the Penlight machine, of course, for added anti-infantry. People tend, I think, to underestimate just how much these machine guns on the tanks do in terms of infantry damage. And there you go, adding the Penlight machine gun. Thumbs up there to SturmPanther. Garston there survives a shot from the Pack 40. Double packs out there with the T-70. Tiger tank moves in, shoots, misses. But the first shot on the ways, second shot likely to hit, then do some nasty damage to the Guardsman. And the center gun is the contra hold up. We got mobilized reserves here for Use-M246, going up very steadily. Meanwhile, SturmPanther still floating a lot of resources. In terms of munitions, anyway. So, I mean, manpower fuel, definitely not. But munitions-wise, he's definitely just doing a lot of nothing with it. When, you know, laying down a bunch of mines could probably do SturmPanther a lot of good. Panzers in the east, targeting falling a bit back here, 2 kills. Back here, hitting reinforcement. We'll have to see what SturmPanther does next, but I'd recommend some more infantry. Either just, you know, via relief infantry, or by training some more infantry. In particular, if we just keep sneaking up Ostrom on the left side, they just to tie down, use more combat-worthy force, then push up the eastern side, which I don't think would do a lot of good there for SturmPanther. Packs up on the T-35. Nice little pack front there from SturmPanther. Nice little pack front. Troops are reinforcing. Issued a fire there for Use-M246. Conscript guards advancing in the Tiger tank. Prep themselves on the fire from the Tiger. Shot fired. Fun fact, the Tiger tank actually had an atrocious rotation rate on the Tiger, the turret, because it was actually hand cranked. On the other hand, the Tiger tank could turn on the spot, the main tank itself in like, you know, a matter of seconds. So, little fun fact there. Issued a file was done there for Use-M246 and the Red Army. You got 449 versus 332. TCM is spotting here for the rest of the forces. Thumbs up there to use. SturmPanther probably should consider a Suprema Corps. Pack up in the T-35. Target moving forward here for SturmPanther. Using it in the T-35. Issued a file out there for Use-M246. Pioneers being pushed out. Panzer they need to reinforce. Guardsmen dug in there, very good. Target tank team success from the Initiative 5 and the field gun, quickly pushing it down to half health. That's great there for SturmPanther. Panzer going to be reinforcing there for SturmPanther and the 3-tier Panzer Division. Kranz gets pinned down to the ground, wishing for an order to get out of there. My god, they got Petrov. Well, who was Petrov anyways? Actually, I don't know. Teasing flanking behind the MU-42. Target advancing there for SturmPanther and the German army. In the west, Pioneers reinforcing continues holding up here at Veteran 3, 22 kills. T-35 getting hit the Tiger tank. Guardsman routed. Field gun hanging back. There we go. Panzer going to deal it at full strength of a SturmPanther. 334 munitions. They're not really doing a lot with it. Also, the west side is seeing very little activity as well. They're both from SturmPanther. Also, usually just grab these points. Maybe threaten a flank here. Bit unfortunate, I think, on both sides there. Not quite utilising the map to the fullest extent of its capabilities. Panzer Grenadier moving up here. Panzer Grenadier halfway to Veteran 3, the ace level. The level of aces. And it's moving up, taking power from the T-7 and the T-35, getting swarmed there with lead and with high explosive shells. That goes to the conscripts. Target tank almost fixed up there for SturmPanther. T-35 should have 5. MB-42 pack following up there. Comes to the flanking the Grenadiers. Got the Tiger tank shoots, gets a slight hit. The Grenadier squad wiped out and just 2 infantry squads. Definitely something SturmPanther needs to rectify. Again, in a pinch relief infantry, I think could, you know, help out a bunch there. Obviously not a long-term solution, but even like short-term, it could just give him some more, you know, frontline forces just to help grab points with, and also just support his weapons with. But he definitely needs to get out more troops. Like 2 infantry squads is definitely not an acceptable number. MD-42 needs to retreat. Pack opening the A-55. Mark vehicle and a Tiger tank. Not very much for them to mark. Machine gun wipe. Things are really good looking out here now for SturmPanther. Lost the Grenadier squad and MD-42. The MD-42 squad will be grabbed. Turned against SturmPanther. We get air support called in here. Might be able to stop the T-35 on the distraction. Take it out. That'll be helpful for SturmPanther. But he'll still be shot in infantry. And he still won't have a machine gun there unless for some reason Hughes decides not to grab it. T-35 knocked out by the Luftwaffe in the pattern combination. Very good. Need to get the target tank to safety repaired. Back here, just reinforcing. Okay, choose your rocket launcher there for use. MD42 napped here by him as well. Very good there. Thumbs up to use M246. Target tank repaired. We've got double pioneers on minesweepers. Should assist with repairs nicely. Now the MD42 replaces one loss with SturmPanther, but still no infantry replacements. Punts are going to be advancing on the centre victory point, straight to the MD42 there, and also very nice work. They're merging with the machine gun there to give it a full strength. Thumbs up there to use. Good usabilities there, always nice to see. Punts being hammered with the T70 and the MD42. Almost got the MD42 done there for SturmPanther. Currently being hammered here by the target tank. Nice hit there, 16 kills. Kishishu rocket launcher out there for Use-M246. Got heavy fire on the grenades in the center of the need to retreat now to forget the host. Also mines on the left side, again by use. Very consistent mining. Thumbs up to that. Always a good ability to have. Some players tend to initially be good at mining and then they'll just forget about it as the game progresses, but use so far shown himself to be, well, very coherent and consistent about it. So again, good work there. Pioneers, they took a nice rocket hit. Machine also as well. Resources are being floated. He needs to build something there. Like, he needs to begin pushing for tanks versus his opponent. Plus, he needs more infantry. We'll, of course, have to see what SturmPanther goes for, but a decision needs to be made soon. And honestly, I feel like relief infantry still be helpful at the right time just to give him some extra troops here. Punch was there with G43s. Titan being hauled back. Pioneer setting up to repair it. Punch there closing out some kills on the conscripts. The Frontovics. Conscripts gathering up, they're packed up with the field gun. Fixing up the target tank. Packs opening up in the HD5, putting it back. Conscripts taking heavy fire from the comes from the guardsman. Target tank halfway done. Close to 2 on the target tank. Very close. Mines there for Use-M246. This time spotted by the Grenadiers, who will have a hard time since he's got no marksmen to support them. I feel like SturmPanther will just need to stop fighting for again. He needs to make a big push into the west and then try out maneuver, I think, use. Keeping it proper support minesweepers. It's obviously going to be a bit tricky to keep it all going and flowing at the right pace, but I also feel like he's just sort of, wearing himself down points with now just attacking into his opponent head on. Who's, as you might notice, steadily digging in. But it seems like that is exactly what SturmPanther's doing. He's also finally building something, though what it is, it's a heavy panzer core. SturmPanther, I suppose, could work up with a target tank, but he still needs more infantry. 2 infantry squads is most certainly insufficient. Straight hit there from the HD5. Packs on nowhere needs to be there towards the centre. So the target tank has got time to really help with the HD5. And the infantry clear out the infantry others, so it can't rush down the HD5 with the target on its own either, because it's just risking getting a hit with anti-tank grenades. Need to retreat the Grenadiers. Breaking off from the eastern push. Need to retreat the machine gun as well. Would be a bit of a problem to hand over another one there to the Soviets to use M246. There you go. Kachu rocket launching down the packs. Almost gets his own consort there. Might have a chance of landing right with the Tiger and the Panther Grenadier. And no. Hey, Panther Corp, we got a SturmPanther. No, he goes for the Panther instead. SturmPanther goes for the Panther. Fun grenade in the 3 divisional field gun. Oh, not quite a great throw there for SturmPanther, unfortunately. Did very superficial damage. Target tank pushed back, does have gained virtually 2 there. Nice shot there. Panther roughly halfway done, but yeah, SturmPanther's just struggling to make any progress. Partly again, a lack of infantry really carried the assault because infantry matters a lot in the late game. I know a lot of people like to just focus on the big tanks, but infantry is important for the big tanks to actually gain any traction as well. Pioneer's going to continue westwards, but also just need to find another axis of attack because right now he's constantly attacking into an area again, uses preparing his guns and is expecting him to come. Where's he going to go to attack for an area where he isn't ready for it? He's probably going to make better progress, but also more likely have use maybe commit mistakes. or catch individual units off guard and destroy them. But we got a Panther to back up the Tiger tank. There's 2 heavier armoured tanks there for SturmPanther. Comes the duck court digging in. Tiger tank on its own here on the east side, already damaged. Sending the Panther westwards. Should be as useful as the T-70 by far. Good hit there, but I need to be careful with that Tiger tank. Less than half health already. Pioneer squad wiped out. That's going to hurt him a bunch. Take all the mines about. We got more Pioneers than SturmPanther. Still no infantry and still no relief infantry. I mean, he's, that way maybe just got an awesome squad to help replace the Pioneers and just get more pressure. But at least the pressure on the left flank is forcing Use to be a bit more cautious about just focusing on here because he has to worry about the left flank, so it's about more forces away. So again, it is helping out here, but I feel like the overall execution is a bit awkward there for SturmPanther. Panther falling back, good idea there. Need to retreat the Grenadiers so that they're just down to 2 men. Rocket fire here on the victory point. There are no Germans on it, so the rockets mostly just blow apart some sandbags and barbed wire. Panther there with the damage. Engine needs fixing soon. We got 5 kills on it already so far. That's pretty good there for SturmPanther. Though obviously he's going to need a lot more than 5 kills on it to win this battle. Overall, Use remains I think in a very strong position. Partly again 5 infantry squads and of course all upgraded infantry squads. Plus a nice mixture of support weapons, anti-tank against tank destroyers, and of course artillery. Whereas SturmPanther's short on infantry and he's also short on artillery. In fact, he has none, and he barely has any infantry, so SturmPanther's force composition has some issues compared with Use, which is much more well-rounded and flexible. So while SturmPanther definitely has like the bigger tanks and the most tanks, he's going to still struggle, I think, to get anywhere with them. Since Use can effectively slow down the heavy tanks easily and then just shoot them to bits. Where SturmPanther's got very few tools that assist the tanks in keeping on moving and relying on the speed and firepower. Mark Vehicle and the Tiger tank down to half health very rapidly, forcing the retreat here for SturmPanther's Tiger. Panther rolling out the advancing engineers. Panther there taking shots that seems like they're bouncing. Shot fire from the T-70. Panther gets a good hit there. Machine gun that's going to hit from the Panther. Panther in the T-70. Of course, need to go about hitting any mines. There we go. Good hit there. Takes some hits from the field gun on the flank, though. Nice setup there by Use. Veterans one getting the Panther troops on the west side here. Pioneers some minesweepers. Tiger tank Panther both in repairs. We got Panther with MD42. We got 255, so 325. Use is now the one that lead in victory points over SturmPanther, whose Panther's being moved westwards. Back here, troops reinforcing. Mostly are reinforced, in fact, there for SturmPanther and the German army. Clearing out mines, good work. Still need to fix up the Panther and the Tiger. Panther there with 17 kills, pretty good there for SturmPanther. Panther landing some hits. Damage engine on the Panther, the Panzerkampfwagen 5 needs to fix that up swiftly. So far, the Use does not seem to realise he could actually possibly rush it down. He's also, in a bit of a tight position, man, population-wise. He can't actually go for any tanks, so he can't play too aggressively, but still he can probably play more aggressive than SturmPanther again, just due to having better combined arms. Panther there being overwhelmed by Sword Infantry. Thailand's good hit. We got a Panther for the SturmPanther going for artillery, though. He still needs more infantry. Like, 2 infantry squads again is just insufficient. In particular, like, to rectify the situation he's currently in. So he's gonna be in for a rough ride. And he's also floating 400 munitions. Not great there for SturmPanther. We're off on the machine gun. But he's to deal with the guardsmen. We got the field moving up there. Tiltify raining down here on the packs, causing numerous casualties amongst the pack gunners. Using an overall very solid position right now here with the SturmPanther. Need to retreat the Pioneers before they get wiped again, which is going to slow down his repairs of the Tiger and the Panther, which is obviously going to put SturmPanther in an even worse position than he already is. Got the Panther ready. Pioneers about to get wiped out, moving forward to the Panther bit. They're trying to catch the T-70, finish it off. Close one there, but not enough. Panzerwerfer setting up to shoot. Guess he's going to try and aim for the Guardsman here. Close there for a wipe, but not quite. Targeting almost good to go there for SturmPanther once more. He is still, though, spectacularly short in infantry. Tiger tank moving. I was about to say, it was about to look like he's heading eastwards to send it off on its own. He also needs to get the Pioneers over to fix the Panther. He needs to work those two together. He should not be operating them independently at the moment. But that seems exactly what SturmPanther's doing. In fact, he's only sending the Pioneers over to fix up the Panther. Moving forwards here. Target tank moves towards the centre on its own. Straight into the field gun, which easily gets a penetrating hit. Now going to get rushed by the Continental tank grenade. Pioneers moving up a bit late already. So now he's going to need to fix up the Tiger tank anyways. Pack's hanging back. T-Foot on the way there for use. Fixing up the Panther. He should farming westwards. Eventually 2 there, pretty good. Fight there for the Western victory point. We got the T's moving up backed up here by the Guardsman. Note he's been merging conscript with them to keep reinforcement costs down. Also probably just be able to get back on the front line faster. Bomb grenade will be useful. There we go. Geballte Ladung. Straight to the midst. Oh, that is actually a good chance of getting a full wipe there. Bit awkward there for use. Rockets rain down there. Target tank half health. Close to veteran 3 as well. He's halfway there. Panther almost good to go for SturmPanther. Need to go for that target tank. One mistake and that target tank's going to go incredibly fast. Which is definitely going to hurt SturmPanther's chances of actually winning this game. He's also still flooding 400 munitions. Panther almost good to go. Target tank there, close to 53. Mark vehicle there on the target tank once more. That's a good chance of getting that destroyed. And down it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Tiger is kaput. Rocket fire raining off here. Didn't do any damage. Panzerwerfer quickly proving himself to be a less than amazing investment here for SturmPanther. Panther's heading out. Got the T-Foot for rescue. I need some Panther and packs to deal with it. Oh dear. I'm not entirely going up for SturmPanther, but it's not looking good. Infantry moving eastwards. Looks like I'm trying to hit the east, where now that Use is focused on the west. Not a bad idea. And again, note he's merging quickly with the Guardsman line to quickly back on the front line, and again keeping reinforcement costs down. Thumbs up there to Use. And there you go, big push eastwards. Not a lot of mines here from Use. Maybe he's fine also slipping up. Well, we do have some down actually now mine. No, he's taking a longer path. He probably, of course, expecting this area to be mined. That's be the usual area to get mined there. So, nice over there. Tanks are setting in here with tanks as well. Need to get the packs up to support. Punch going to be advancing. Of course, with combined arms, it's going to be a bit harder here for the Guardsmen to hit. But even then, they're taking a lot of damage from the eventually free with the hit the dirt ability. We got bomb grenade off again. Right in the midst. Good hit there. Packs on the T-45. Panther down to half health. Need to get out of there. Plus the Panther grenades are about to get wiped out. And there you go. One infantry squad left here for SturmPanther. Still no relief infantry. Still no replacements. Looking pretty bad there, I think, for SturmPanther. He's lost his Tiger. He's barely got any infantry. And he's certainly being outgunned there. Is moving up here, and there you go. T-Sun stuff, so we got 24 kills on it. That's definitely been a great investment here for Use-M246, but then the T-70 typically is. Panzerwerfer good to go again. Well, this time actually hit something and killed something. It's going to be another waste of time there and resources. Okay, that actually killed something. Got the machine gun. In fact, almost got the other machine. In fact, although arguably, he's also now handed over 2 MD-42s to his opponent. That's also a problem there for SturmPanther. Though probably not quite as pressing issue as all the other issues that are currently now laying down on him, like the fact he's got 1 infantry squad left. Not entirely sure what he's planning here. I'm guessing it's another Panther trying to go for another TIE tank. He would be, I think, straight up suicide. He's all being our victory points fast. SturmPanther, in theory, could be used as the infantry and support weapons, but would struggle a bit with the tank destroyer and the T-35. There you go. Finally more infantry there for SturmPanther. More Panzer going to do that. They really should have more out soon. Particularly was going to equip with the G-45s anyway. Should definitely just go for a bunch of them, to be honest. Mark vehicle and the Panther. Very close to it too than the Schutzen. Pioneers reinforcing. Need to get to work fixing up the Panther. Pioneers reinforcing with the T-70s. And he's about to get wiped out. Down to just one infantry squad again. 528 munitions being floated here by SturmPanther. Seems like the fight is unfortunately falling apart for him here. Unfortunately. He's down to 65 versus 325. He's down to just one infantry squad. He's got no machine guns. He's got a bit of artillery, which is doing some, but at the same time isn't... Oh, well, that actually was reasonably useful, but is it enough? That's the bigger question. Really, I think should be using some visibility here, like tactical movement at times could also be useful, but I feel like relief infantry would do him quite a bit of good there. But by now it just may not be sufficient here for him. And white, another blow there. Gas we just throw through them. Backed up by the MD-42 here. Panther's good to go once more. We got 32 versus 325. 29. Panther's heading eastwards. Slight planking there from the anti-tank rifles. Straight into the 5, rushing forwards. Air support called in here. Packs moving up, Panther's moving up. No infantry support though, the Panther gun is gone. He's down just the Pioneers, Packs, and the Panther alongside the Panzerwerfer. Panther getting victory 2, but about to get knocked out. Got the T-35, but there you go, Gas will finish it off, and with that, SturmPanther is very much out of the battle. He's got 7 points left. He's managed to close off some of the points, but it's just like he can't do anything about it anymore. He's out of the war. With that, SturmPanther's renders, loss here for the German army, a victory for the Red Army. Overall, nice early mid-game there for SturmPanther, but there was the big mistake, which is stalling A straight for the TIE tank without any medium armor to sort of like, help keep up. Failure to replace infantry losses, not even using relief infantry. No, just weak usage of the doctrine. Can he use the doctrine much better? Like even relief infantry could have gone with quite a bit of far there. Plus, again, he should have been more active on the left side when things got too hard on the east side. So, definitely make sure there for SturmPanther. And of course, just well played by Use-M246. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial saying cheers. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.